Good afternoon, everyone. It's me again, BigFriendlyWarGamer, Gareth, whatever other people call me. I'm going to sit and paint for nearly an hour. I don't think I'll get an hour in today. It's getting a bit late and I've got to go to work later, so yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy week. I handed my notice in at my job on Friday. Actually, before we get to that, I'm going to show you what I've got on my painting table, because I've finished everything that I was painting before. So what we've got here now is we've got two Necron Immortals, which nearly finished. They just need a few colours finishing on them and they're done. Two of them. Two Cryptex. This one here is a standard Cryptek. Needs his staff putting into shape again. He's a bit bent. He needs a few colours on him to get him finished. And then this one, Oracle the Diviner. Again, his staff is rather wonky. Needs fixing, but shouldn't be a problem. I've got five. Where is it? Okay, 5 Necron flayed ones in various poses. I'll get to them at some point, I'm sure. And then I've got, let's just close the paint pot because I don't want to keep that open. I've got a Grot Shaman who his flesh is finished. Hopefully that shows up fairly well. His flesh is done. You just need to paint the other colours on him. These are from Silver Tower. Him and the Sorceress is also from Silver Tower. I'm not too sure about her skin tone. I may change it. We've got some Cow Space Marines, including this guy who I tried to do a video earlier on, but been looking after my niece. Well, have my nieces and nephews here all day, and I've got 10 of them on my desk. And we got this guy. This is Avalon the Spoiler. It's not the official model. I've kind of kit bashed one for myself because the original model was a bit small. So this has got the gold all painted and shaded. It just needs dry brushing, then I can start cleaning the black up. There for my Black Legion army. So yeah, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to try and get some of the gold painted on the Black Legion guys, maybe a few other colours, and see how much time I've got. I've got to go to work tonight, but yeah. So yeah, Friday, looking back on the week I've had, Friday was a bit of a changing point, looking ahead. Well, I handed my notice in at work. Like it's been coming for quite a while, through my depression last year and various other things beforehand, and people having sacked people and making the job harder and not replacing them, so more pressure put on the fewer people, and it was just I had enough. I saw a situation coming last week on Wednesday when we just wouldn't have the staff to cover Friday night or whatever, and I told people and they had no interest in actually doing anything about it. So after getting in Friday and being moaned at by one of the day staff, I just, you know what, I'm better than this. So yeah, handed my notice in. And yeah, it's a big thing because I haven't got a job to go to. I don't know. I don't have any clue how much notice I've got to give. I'm sure I'll find that out either tonight or tomorrow. But it's just unless big things change, then I will be looking for a new job, which is good in a way. Give me a bit of a challenge, give me something to work towards, and yeah, give me change life a little bit. Now this may affect my gaming time or painting time, I don't know yet. We'll just have to see how things go. And it'd be nice to just have a bit of a break. I know I had 6 weeks off last year because of my depression, but it was different. It wasn't me chilling out all the time. I was busy, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, so that's that. And the stupid thing is, I mean, after handing my notice in, I know at the time my manager didn't know about it, but my supervisor did. And then because of the state that the place was left in on the Saturday morning, the Saturday night, from Saturday during the day, I got asked to go in and do overtime, which was ridiculous. But I went in anyway because I don't hold grudges against the people that I work with, and the people I've worked with for 10 years or more. It's not their fault the place is in the state it's in. And the supervisor was on the brink of a meltdown, so I went in for a few hours, helped out. That wasn't too bad. I've just got away. Well, I've been there for so long. I've done every job in that warehouse, and I have a way of looking at the work and getting it done in the shortest amount of time, and I did it really quick. It's a fairly straightforward job we do, but all the politics and all the backstabbing and all the other stuff behind the scenes make it really hard. So I'm hoping that's a chapter closed in my life and I can look forward, but we'll see. Things may change, I don't know yet, but we'll see. So yeah, I went to my club last night, which is BattleUX. I'm hoping at some point to do a little video section of what BattleUX is, where we are, that kind of thing. The club that I help run, because this has been done from time to time by various people who've done YouTube videos, and it's not been done in quite a while. So I think I'll take it on and I'll do it. It shouldn't be too hard. I record from outside. At the moment it's a bit hard. The weather's really bad. It's freezing cold and pouring with rain most of the time, but next few weeks or few months hopefully it'll warm up and I can do a welcome to BattleUX video, but we'll see. And yeah, so I had 2 games. The first one I played was 40k, using my Black Legion, because again I've got to get some games under my belt with them, and it went rather badly. I walked in not knowing the scenario or anything. One of the guys at the club had arranged the scenario, and yeah, it went downhill very quickly. I didn't learn much about my army because most of it was dead before I got to go, so it was a bit frustrating, but yeah, it is what it is. And I was wiped out. There was nothing of my army left at all. And then the second game I played was Age of Sigmar, and the same thing happened. I'm throwing myself in at the deep end at the moment. I'm learning new armies, not playing my existing armies as such, learning new stuff, and frankly getting absolutely obliterated all the time. Which, okay, yeah, I should learn my army better before I start playing them, but you know. So yeah, so that was my 2 games. I lost both. I was wiped out in both. So, and I've arranged a game of Age of Sigmar for next week. And I'm pretty sure the tables are going to be going to go exactly the same way. But yeah, it is what it is. I get games under my belt, so that's important. And having played Age of Sigma, I hit one of my targets. Age of Sigma was one of my games to play this year, and I've played one game. I'm playing the second game next week. It would be nice to kind of win a game, but I don't play these games to win all the time, so it's fine. And yeah, I should get some time with my Chaos Space Marines, my Black Legion. This camera needs panning up again. That should be better. This is the second attempt. I tried doing this earlier on, just before my nieces came round, and then I heard them screaming for me, so I cancelled it, and I went and played about with them for a little while. So yeah, it's I want to play at least 4 more games that I haven't played for a while. An obvious one to do would be X-Wing, although I never really enjoyed X-Wing, so I don't know. I want to play Malifaux at some point, like, because everyone seems to think there's like one wargaming company. People that don't know wargaming think there's one company, it's Games Workshop, that's it. And there's not. There's loads. There's loads and loads and loads. And as much as I am a bit of a Games Workshop fanboy, it would be nice to play different things. So yeah, I'm going to try and play a few other games. I've got 2 weeks now till I'm off work, till I'm on holiday for a little while, or for a week, which would be nice. And then we'll see if I go back to work, because the whole I don't know how much notice I've got to give. If it's 4 weeks, then I'll be going back for a week after I'm on holiday, and then I'm done. So yeah, and it was weird having handed my notice in. It was like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. It really was. And I know I'm going to be under other pressures, like money wise and whatever, but I have contingencies for this, like, because I have visions of my company going bust. Like, they're in, I know I can't, I'm not a manager, I'm not a businessman, whatever, but fundamentally they make so many bad business choices. I don't understand how a company like that can keep going, but that's not my business. That's nothing to do with me anymore. So it is what it is, and I'm just going to get on with it. I'll do my job up till the day I leave. I'm not the sort of person who's going to just take a bun and sit around and do nothing for the next 3 or 4 weeks. That's not me. But yeah, and I'm a bit sad in a way, because it has been what I've known for nearly 15 years. It's the people I've known for that amount of time as well. But I've got to do it for my own health now, because the company won't look after me. They've made that perfectly clear. If I was to have an accident at work, I'm pretty sure they would end up disciplining me, because I'd be off sick. My Bradford points, stupid system, would go sky high, and that's all they care about. Because when I was off last year, they kept adding Bradford points on, even though work was the reason why I was off sick. They slapped these Bradford points on me, and then when I went back to work this year, I had 1 day off sick, and I was ill. I was like, I couldn't get out of bed. It was a Friday, I was off sick. And they basically pulled me over to one side, made me sign my back to work report, and then said, your Bradford points or whatever, next stage of disciplinary action. So that I know that if something was to happen at work, that work wouldn't support me. So I've got to get out. So that's the week I've had, and it's something else I wanted to say. I've had the group of people that I was doing the Boost Your Mood group with back in October, November. Like, we had a little WhatsApp group going, and a couple of the people have left now, which is a shame. I don't know if they've changed their numbers or whatever, but the group's kind of fallen apart now. So yeah, and last week, I don't know if I said that I finally finished contact with most of my group of Leicester friends. Like, I noticed that one of them had got rid of me, and to be honest, the rest of them I would never have contact with if it wasn't for them anyway. So I just, you know what, it's time for a new start. So they're all gone, every one of them. It's weird. My Facebook, my friends on Facebook, I used to have hundreds, loads and loads and loads, and now I'm just quality over quantity, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not fussed that I haven't got loads of people around me. It's the quality of people I have around me that I care about. I don't put up with fake friends anymore. So yeah, it's alright. So basically, with these guys, so let's get off the depressing, crappy stuff, shall we? So these guys, his gold is done now. I've got two more I want to put first layers of gold on. And these are cow space runes. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm painting them Retributor armor, which is a really stark gold. And basically, then what I'll do is I'll shade them with Agrax Earth Shade. Once that's dry, I'll give them a dry brush. The paint I need is called Sigmarite. I don't own it, so I'm going to have to go and buy it next week. But to be honest, that gold looks okay as it is. If I could get all of these guys, so that, because I've got another 10 of these after these 10. If I could get them so that all the gold is painted and shaded, and then cleaning up the black, and a few other little bits and pieces of colours, I think they wouldn't be tabletop ready, but they'll be passable, because they are for this big game in Watford. And like, I don't want to just turn up with an undercoated army. I hate doing that. Especially it's a club I haven't been to before, and like, I'm not saying I'm the best painter in the world, but I try to push that I'm an okay painter. And if I turn up with a barely undercoated army, I'm not gonna be showing myself in the best light, shall we say. So I wanted to get some paint on these models, and I am now. Maybe I have left it a little bit late. I should have been doing this when I first found out about the game. And there's some bits that will just be undercoated. There's nothing I can do about it. They're really big models. If I start painting them, then they'll just take up all my painting time. So yeah, I'm going to try and get as much done as I can. And like, what was I on? I'm on 7 or 8, 9 for the month so far. I'm on 9 painted models for February, and it's what, the 13th today? So I've still got a bit of time to get more done. I'm really losing track of where I am. My head's not in the right place for painting at the moment. I should be looking for a job and stuff, but anyway, need some downtime, don't I? So yeah, so I've been working some more on this campaign idea that I had last week, sorry, not last month. And basically what I want to do is I want to have an interactive map that only I can edit, so that when people are arranging games and stuff like that, they have to come to me, and we have to talk about tactics and communicate and whatever. And I'm not going to be playing for one particular faction. I'm going to be playing as the almost NPC. So I'm the home faction, if you will, and all the other armies are raiding the planets and stuff like that. So they're all here as conquerors to try and take over my world. And basically I'm going to be playing Necrons. So Necrons will be the home force, and there will be a few narrative missions thrown in as well. So it won't be all just pick up games and any old play against. There will be certain things that the players will have to do. It should be a laugh. I'm hoping it'll be a laugh, because I like the idea of running these narrative campaigns. I always have. So I've got to come up with a few names of things, like the name of the system. I think I've got it anyway, because it's going to be my dynasty's homeworld, my Necron dynasty's homeworld. So some of the things there'll be missions like we'll be playing Meat Grinder, where my Necrons are the attacking force and the enemy are the defenders, and they have to defend. They have to hold off until reinforcements arrive, or until a Thunderhawk comes down to help him escape, that kind of thing. It should be cool. Obviously it won't be a case until the Necron Codex comes out, because as it stands at the moment, Necrons aren't particularly powerful in the Index. I'm not saying that I want to overpower everyone, but it would be nice to have a game on an even setting, rather than a Codex against an Index. It doesn't work. The indexes are too generalised. There aren't specific rules for armies, to be honest. So come the summer, I'm pretty sure Necrons will have their codexes, their codex come the summer quite easily. Most of the other armies will do as well. So I can start pushing a proper narrative campaign in. And the thing that's going to be narrative about it will be the HQ choices of everyone. I'm going to say you have to make a HQ, build him, paint him. He's the only model that really has to be painted in your army. All the rest of it doesn't have to be. It can't be a special character, it can't be a named character, so it's got to be a generalised HQ choice. I know some people will be like, oh, but I wouldn't take that, but it's a free model, and he will be your warlord, so it can be as wacky a conversion or a build or a paint scheme as you like. There will be some restrictions. There's no unique models, so you can't take Captain Tycho as your HQ. You would just take a generic Space Marine captain, but then you can give him 50 points of upgrades for free. You can give him more upgrades if you want, him or her, sorry. more upgrades if you like, but it costs you. And then as the campaign progresses, so will your HQ choice. For every 2 games you play, you get a reward, and this reward could be you have a boost in one of your stats. You can gain a relic, or you could gain a new warlord trait, and that's in addition to your current warlord traits. So, like, you could potentially have a warlord with 2 or 3 warlord traits. It just represents him growing his experience over the campaign. Because if you look at like special characters in 40k, they have like plenty of rules, really. Most of them do. Not all of them. And I like the idea of us building our own backstory for our games. I mean, some people aren't into narrative play, and that's fine. But it should be a laugh. I think it'll be a laugh. And it's not going to run for very long. It's just going to be a 6-week thing, with a 2-week break in the middle so you can play other things. So you got 3 weeks of games, and then you got 2 weeks off, and then another 3 weeks of games. And I would like to finish it off with a really large scale game. I don't know what the factions would be. I want to do 1 faction is per race. So you've got like the Dark Elves are 1 faction, the Wood Elves are 1 faction, the Harlequins are a faction. So there's no kind of, you know, mixing matching armies. So you get from 1 codex and that's it. And there's no limit to, you can play as big a game or as small a game as you like. Obviously, if you play small games, you'll progress your army better and quicker. So yeah, I just like the idea of doing something like that. And we'll see how it develops. Got a few months to work it out yet. I want to get this game in Watford out of the way first. And the BattleUX itself has got a tournament coming up in April. Don't know if any of you are interested. I originally said I wasn't because of work, but now I'm off work. I don't really play competitive tournaments, but I can be there now. I can be the guy that's building models while we're not refereeing. You know what I mean? So sit in judgment over people. No, I wouldn't do that. But we can be the rules lawyers, and I'll provide super glue if people need it and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be okay. It should be cool. And like I said, with me, if I'm still out of work, then in theory I should have should be able to get up there all day. So yeah, it should be cool. I think it's 2,000 point tournament with special missions rules. I'm not sure of. I've played in like 1 tournament that I can think of. And that was at BattleUX a while ago. But it was a slow build tournament, so every game your army went up by 500 points. Which I like that. It means you've got to plan ahead without knowing who you're facing. So you haven't got mega powerful build armies and stuff like that. So I like that. But I'm not a competitive player. I take the rough with the smooth, the wins with the losses. It's not a problem. But yeah, it should be cool. And I'm getting on with this gold. It's getting there. It'll need a second coat, but generally paints always need second coats now. And this video won't be its full hour because I've left it quite late in the day. So what I'll probably do is I'll finish the gold on this guy and maybe do a few other bits and pieces on models, and then I'm going to call it there. It's not going to be a particularly long video this week. Hopefully next week things will get more back to normal. Hopefully. We'll see. No, my work, they'll probably call me on overtime, but there you go. But yeah, so I'd really like some feedback on the tournament idea. So anyone at the club, if you're listening to this, just drop me a message and say if you've got any ideas for what the tournaments could lead, not the tournament, the campaign could be focused around, or if you're interested in helping run it or anything like that. Like I said, I'm going to be the big bad guy in it. I'm going to be the nasty Necrons, the unending legion of Necrons, and like it should be cool. I'm going to do the same thing with my Overlord. He's going to progress. He's going to upgrade and stuff like that, so that everyone can do that, and that should be cool. So yeah, it's just like the idea I've had. I wanted to do it for the last couple of years, but issues have got in the way, and hopefully it won't now. Hopefully it won't. But yeah, it's I like it. I like the idea. I like the idea of a narrative campaign over a tournament. Always have. And I think, like, somewhat, because Mini Wargaming have just started a new narrative campaign. Deathwatch Apotheosis, I think it's called. And they're gonna have this narrative going on while the map-based campaign is going on as well. So it's a step up from them, I think, because they've never done these two things together before. So that should be cool. But again, we'll see. They've done the first week of the Deathwatch thing last week, so the second week will come out Wednesday this week, so tomorrow my time. And it's cool. I do watch YouTube a fair amount, probably not as much as I used to, because of work commitments and other commitments and stuff like that, and the fact that I'm trying to edit my own videos now. Actually realised I've missed the gold on some of the weapons, so I'm going to go back and do them. But these are, the first base layer is almost complete on these. And again, sorry this isn't a long video, this isn't going to be an hour. It looks like I've just gone over the half hour, and it's only going to be about another 10 minutes I think. Next week we'll be back to normal. I should be back to my hour. Hopefully not talking about work, because no one got time for that. So yeah, it's all gravy, baby. And the thing is, I should be painting my Corn Demons, And I've got some ideas now, having downloaded the corn book from on my iPad. I've got an idea of how I want to paint my corn demons. I just need to put it in action, which shouldn't be a problem. It should look okay afterwards. But basically it's going to be, they're going to be a bright red, more or less, with their hands and their feet soaked in blood. And I think that'd be quite cool. Their weapons are going to be brass, and I wanted to make them look like they were on fire a little bit, but I don't think I'll do that. And then I'm going to have them with black eyes, like deep, brooding black eyes, because I think that sounds pretty cool, and it's something I saw in the book where the demons soak their hands and their feet in blood, in their victims' blood, and I thought that was quite cool. Right, so I've got the gold painted on these 5, as you might be able to see these ones. It's just a base coat, but I am going to call it there because it is now nearly 2:30. I have some stuff to do before I get ready for work. And thank you very much for watching. As usual, I'm Gareth, BigFriendlyWarGamer, whatever you call me. And I will see you around soon. Bye bye.